Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our first PU Computer Science online classes. In last class, we studied about some important concept that is from token. As we know that the meaning of the token, it is the smallest individual unit in a program, or we can say as the lexical unit. And such token has it contains the 5 types are the keywords. Second one is the identifiers. Third one called as the constant here, and fourth one is the punctuators, and fifth one called as the operators, and one more token is that is called as the variables. But such variable explanation is not there in this chapter, will get in upcoming chapter. Okay, now we know that in last class we know about some of the constant, and the meaning of the constant are fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. We know the meaning of constant, that means it's a fixed value, maybe whatever the value we are providing to the variable, such value it should be fixed here. Or we can say such C++ support different type of the constant. So the constant are classified as the numeric constant and the character constant, and again such numeric constant are classified into integer constant and the float constant. In integer constant there are 3 types. The types are the decimal constant, octal constant, hexadecimal constant, and about our the floating point constant, the fractional point, and the we can say as the exponent notation. Now we know that in last class we studied each and everything by using the example. Now let's about the character constant, and we know that such character constant are classified into 2 types. The first one is the single character constant. Whatever the character is that, such character going to write by using the single quote or enclosed between single quote here. One example, CH is equal to, open the hyphen, capital, any letter you can write, maybe the small or capital. So maybe if you are using capital A, then such one going to close by using the single quote and the semicolon. So we can say that here the character constant can be used in assignment operator. The meaning of the assignment operator or the example, the equal sign only called as the assignment operator. Okay, in last class we studied each and everything about the escape sequence. Now let's in today's class just only I am going to continue the example or the types of the constant here. In our character constant, single character constant, and the second one is called as the string constant. As we know that the character constant enclosed between single quote, correct, no, or we can say as the enclosed by apostrophe here, just by using single letter we are going to use such single character constant. But what's the difference to our single character constant and the string constant? So in case of our string constant, we can say that it is a sequence of character. So what about this sequence of character? Such a sequence of character only called as the group of character. So one example we can say as the Christ. Clear this point here? Christ King. So here many number of letters are there. While going to complete the word, we using a number of the letters, many number of the letters here. So Christ, one type of the string constant, or if you are taking just only the king, it is one type of the string constant example here. So we can say that it is a sequence or a group of character, and such character enclosed between double quote. Clear this point? Whatever the character we are using, such character we need to enclose between double quote here. So maybe if you are using the king, such one going to close by using the double quote here. And the each string is automatically terminated by using the character. Such character name is called as the null character. Okay, so which character is called as the null character? This type of character, that means the \0 is called as the null character, and such null character is also called as the string terminator. The meaning of the terminator, that means the end of the string. While going to complete, while going to end the string group of character, we need to use such character. So such character is called as the null character or string terminator. Okay, so one example I want to use for the string constant, that is char, and should remember it, when you are going to use any character, should use the data type. The data type is the char, and when you are going to use any number here, then sure we are using maybe the data type as the double, or maybe the data type as the int or the float here, but here it is a string constant group of character, then go sure it going to start by using the data type char here, and later next one, it is just only the name of the variable. The name of the variable I want to use as the str, and later words how many size of character I want to use. So such size of the character I want to use by using the square bracket. Okay, so just I open the square bracket, later words I completed the number as the 15, and closing of the square bracket, later words I used as the equal sign, and later we know that we already given some size of the character. Now whatever the character we want to use depend on the size of the character we need to use. So such one going to open by using the double quotation C++ programming, and closing of the double quotation and the semicolon. Okay, so this is just only one example here. Now let's, what about how we are going to represent in computer memory. So whatever the example we completed, such one is represented, or this example is represented in computer memory as the char, char, and opening of the square bracket 15, closing of the square bracket is equal to opening of the double quotation C++ programming. I already said about this one. Each group of character is terminated by using the character like our null character or the string terminator. So \0, closing of the double quotation and this semicolon. When you are going to count the character 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and later next one including the spaces but excluding the null character. Clear this point here? ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ದಿ ನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ difference in between the single character constant and to the string constant? In single character just only one letter going to use, and such one going to enclosed between single quote, but in case of the string constant here, the group of character or the sequence of character going to use, and such one going to enclose by using the double quotation, but we need to use our one more character, this null character, that is called as the string terminator. Clear this point here? So like that it going to represent in our computer memory. Okay, after completing the meaning of the string constant, now let's go for our next main point, that is the punctuations. We know that the token are classified as the keywords and the identifier constant here, and the fourth point I already said in our last class, that is the punctuations. Correct? No, the punctuations are also called as the punctuators. Okay, so there are 23 characters that are used as the punctuators in our C++ programming language here, and some of the punctuators can be either alone or in combination. Maybe we can say that some punctuator, if you want to use some of the punctuator, it is not any new type of character, it is not any special type of character. Whatever in our character set I used some of the special character or the special symbols, such character only called as the punctuators. Clear this one? So maybe sometime we are going to use such punctuator character maybe as a single, or sometime going to use by using our double, that means in a combination, in a group here. So one example, so this is called as the single here, the single punctuator character, but maybe if you are using here, that is called as the combination of the characters. Clear this point here. The combination, clear this point. If you are using equal sign, it is called as just only one single character here. That means here single character. But if you are using more than one character, that is called as the punctuators are come in the group of character or in the combinations. Okay. So some punctuators, or we can say the following characters are considered as the punctuators in our C++. So the characters are the plus, minus, multiplication, division, colon, question mark, less than, greater, greater than, less than here, and maybe the square bracket and backslash, that is called as the escape sequence, caret, okay here, and later next one, opening of the flower bracket here, closing of the flower bracket, horizontal tab, and later next one, ones complement down to up is called as the ones complement. Later words I will say what about the uses of the ones complement, or maybe the exclamatory mark here, percentage, maybe the parenthesis, that is called as the opening of the bracket, closing of the bracket here, and the hash symbol, like that many of the symbols are called or considered as the punctuators in our C++. So clear this point here. What about the punctuators in this case here? Now let's sum of the punctuator or the function of the punctuators are the first one is the here in this example or in this side here. Some of the first one is written as the symbols here, and second one is called as the meaning. So here all those are the punctuator character. So now we are going to learn some of the function of this some punctuator characters. So what about this one? What's the name of this character and why we using such character? So if you are using this character, this is called as the exclamatory, but in our computing language it is called as the logical not. Okay, here the logical not character here, it is not called as the exclamatory or each and everything here. It is called as the logical not here. So used along with the equal sign. Okay. So such characters specially going to use along with the equal sign to indicate to not equal to. So one example I want to use as the, if you are using A value is equal to B. What's the meaning of this one? That means whatever the value is there in A, maybe the A value is equal to 5 and maybe B value is also equal to 5. So here we can say that the A value is equal to B value. Correct? No, both value are the 5 only here. So A value is equal to B, but if you are using this logical not operator, so we can say that it going to, that means the condition going to make into the false here. So how we are going to read? We are going to read as the A value not equal to B. Clear this point here? It is called as the logical not. So if you are using such logical not operator, that means it going to make the condition to the false here. So here we can say that the A value is not equal to B. Clear this point here? Okay. Now we know the meaning of the first one. That means it is called as the used along with the equal sign just to indicate the value is not equal to A value is not equal to B. And later next one is about our percentage. As we know that how we need to write the percentage. So this is called as the percentage symbol. So why we using the percentage symbol? So we can say that used along with the format specifier. Okay. So such one or specially going to use with the format specifier. So some of the format specifiers are the scanf, printf. That means we can say that in our C we using, but in our C++ we are using cout for the display of the value here, or maybe the sin is using just to input the value, to take the value here. Correct? No? But what about in our C here, C language? So we are using our printf, just is called as the cout. Okay, here it works like our cout, only the printf and scanf it works like our sin operation, that is called as the console input. That means the printf is using to display the value and scanf is using to input the value, to take the value. Clear this point here? So we can say that the percentage symbol is specially going to use for the format specifier. So some example for the format specifier, printf and the scanf, and such printf and scanf specially going to use in language like our C language. Okay. And later next one is about our ampersand. So here the ampersand. So what's the use of the ampersand symbol? So we can say that used to represent in this case, or used to represent our address address location. Maybe if you are using ampersand a, that means it shows the address of the variable a here. So one example we can say as this is called as the address. Clear this point here? Or we can say, for example, if you are using a and this is shows as the address here, the address of the a, and later next one is maybe the 1, that means this is called as the value of the variable. The a value hold the value 1 here, but it shows the address that is equal to the 100. As we know that whatever the variable are using in our computing language, everything going to use by using their address only, or maybe the b value it shows its address that is equal to 101, and later maybe the value it holds that is the 2 here. So clear this point here. Now these are the call as the a, it holds the address that is the 100, and whatever I return that is equal to 1, it shows the value of the variable a here. So we can say that why we using the ampersand operator, the symbol ampersand operator used to represent the address location, that means it shows the address of the variable. Okay, so ampersand a here, and later next one is the semicolon. So we can say as the semicolon, but in our computing language such symbol is called as the statement terminator. Okay, the statement terminator. So maybe if any statement you want to use, maybe the statement is some value is equal to a plus b. Okay, kya? So this is one kind of the statement, some value is equal to a plus b here. So such a statement we need to terminate. So how we are going to terminate? By using the semicolon. Clear this point here? So we can say that this semicolon is used, or such symbol is used to represent the statement terminator. Statement terminator anta helidre namma semicolon symbol only kya. And later next one is about our square bracket. We can say opening of the square bracket and closing of the square bracket. So we know that why, because in our string constant I already used the square bracket opening, correct? No, char str opening the square bracket, then I return 15, then closing of the square bracket. So we can say that such a square bracket is using to represent the array subscript. Okay, kya? The array subscript in this case. So like that any value we can use by using the square bracket, or we can say as the array subscript. That means here how many it holds, or it includes the number of the characters. Okay, it includes the number of the character, maybe 0 to 9, that is equal to 10 character. So always should remember it, every character going to start from the 0 position only here. And the meaning of the array means collection of the object, the collection of the variable. As we know that if you are using 10 means sure it includes a number of the character or the group of character. So such one we can use by using the array subscript, or represent the array subscript square bracket here. Okay, and later next one, after the opening of the flower bracket and closing of the flower bracket here. So we can say that this symbol is used to represent the opening and ending of the code of the program. Okay, so we know that in our program, maybe if any after writing the header file and later words we are going to use the void main here, and after writing the void main maybe if any declaration of the variable are there in the program, that means declaration means what are the variable you want to use in the program. Sure, such variable going to declare by using the flower bracket only. Before going to declare the variable, we need to open the flower bracket. So we can say that such a flower bracket opening and closing of the flower bracket specially going to use or going to represent in our opening and closing of a programming code. Okay, going to use in the program here. And later next one is our parenthesis. So what's the use of the parenthesis here? So we can say that such a parenthesis symbol specially going to use for the function call. When you want to call any function, as we know that in our function there are two type of the functions are there. One is the calling function and second one is the called function. First spelling I want to use calling, okay, that is called as the calling function, and second one I want to use as the callad. So such calling function called the function. So just simply we can say such parentheses, opening and closing of the parenthesis bracket is using for the function call. The meaning of the function call, to call the function, the one function calling the another function, or we can say that for the group expression. Okay, yeah. So such a symbol going to use here. And later next one is the hash symbol. What's the use of the hash symbol? So such a hash symbol specially going to use or represent for the preprocessor directives. So I'm using the pre-spelling as the PRE. Okay, the preprocessor directive, that means specially going to use to write the header files, maybe hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, hash include iomany.h. So such a symbol is using for the preprocessor directives. And lastly we can use the escape sequence, that is called as, such symbol is used to represent the escape sequence. As we know that many escape sequences are there. Before completing the string constant, we already completed the single character constant, and in our single character constant I said one special characters are there. This such special character are called as the escape sequences here, correct? No, but such character cannot be displayed on the screen here, and but perform some special operation and used for special purposes here. Some of the characters like a tab key, backspace, carriage, return here, and such character occupy 1 byte space only. So some of the example, single quote, double quote, how we are going to write the backslash, single quote, backslash, double quote, backslash, 0, that is called as the null character, backslash, question mark, the question mark symbol. So like that such character is called as the escape sequence. So before going to write maybe backslash f, correct? No, the backslash f, that is called as the, we are going to start from the new page, or backslash n, that means we are going to start from the new line. So before going to write any n, f, we need to use some of the symbol. This symbol is called as the escape symbol. Okay, the escape sequence symbol here, and going to write as the backslash. Clear this point here? Okay, so all are called as the punctuators or the punctuations. So clear the point in case of the punctuator or the punctuations. So we can say that many characters, so many special characters are comes in case of the punctuators or the punctuations. As we already know what are the character, so what's the character are going to use in special character, such character only called as the punctuator or the punctuation. And I already explained some of the example by taking the symbol as well as the meaning of the punctuators or the punctuations. Okay, now after completing the punctuators, as we know that the token contain 5 types here. The last type is called as the operators. Clear this point here? The last point is called as the operators. So what about the operator here? So here an operator is a symbol. So one example, plus, correct? No, it is a symbol. Minus, it is a symbol. As we know that, what's the use of the plus operator? We are going to add the numbers. Minus, that means here such operation is using to subtract the numbers from one to another here. Maybe the divide, that means the number going to divide here, or maybe the multiplication, multiply both the operand. So all are called as the operators. Clear this one? The addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or many other operators are there. So all comes in case of the mathematical operators. Okay, now let's the meaning of the operators, or we can say the side point as the C++ operators. An operator is a symbol, and why we using? We know that represent a particular operations, correct? No, the plus using to add the numbers, minus to subtract the numbers, multiplication to multiplication to multiply the numbers, and divide to divide the numbers. That means that perform a particular operations, correct? No, and such operator tells the compiler, the who is called as the compiler, or who is the compiler here. So we can say that the compiler is a software, and such a software is using to convert from source program to the object program. Now the meaning of the source program, that means the program created by the user, is called as the source program and object program. As we know that whatever the program we created by using the computer, sure, to execute the program we need to convert that is to our machine code, correct, no? And later was it doing some of the processing and then executing the result to the user here. So we can say that it tells the our operator tells the compiler to the software to perform the specific mathematical and logical manipulations. So the mathematical manipulations are the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division here, and the logical manipulation are the logical and, logical or, logical not. Clear this one? So everything we are going to read or everything we are going to complete or discuss in our next class, okay, or maybe in this class. Let's about this one. Now later next one is about our as we know that the mathematical operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the logical operator or the manipulations are the logical and, logical or, and logical not here, correct, no? So C++ is rich in built-in operators. That means many type of the operators are there, not just only the 4 operators or maybe the logical operators, many type of the operators are there. So there are almost 45 different operators are there in our C++ programming language. So because of it is called as rich in built-in operators. Now let's such operators can be divided or categorized as the unary operator, okay, UNARY, unary operators, binary operators, and the ternary operators. So clear this point here. The operators can be classified as the unary, binary, and the ternary operators. So as we know that the operators are classified as the unary, UNARY, unary operator, or maybe either binary operators or maybe called as the ternary operators. Okay, now we know the meaning of the operators, that is plus, minus, multiplication, division, or maybe the logical and, logical or, logical not are some of the example of the C++ operators. Now let's the meaning of the operands. Okay, so now in this case A plus B, clear this point here. Now which is called as the operands, or what about the operators? So here we can say that the plus is called as the operators and A and B are called as the operands. So the meaning of the operands, that means the variable only. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? operands ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So one example ನಾನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Example is the A plus B, okay, A plus B. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು plus ಅನ್ನು operators ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು, operator, okay. The plus is called as the operator and A ಮತ್ತೆ B ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು operand ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು, operands here. So such operand only called as the variable, or many names are there. Maybe you can call, we can say as the operands, we can say as the variable, or maybe the data items. So the meaning of the operands, the data items on which the operators act, okay. By using the data item, by using the variable on which our operators act are called as the operands. So clear this point here. What about here? So we can say that. So in this class we just completed string constant, and by using their example and some of the punctuators only call as the punctuations. So all are the example or the symbol or the characters considered as the punctuators, and later next one the symbol by using the example and the meaning, and also the fifth point of the token, that is called as the operators. We know the meaning of the operator and such operator classified as the unary, binary, ternary, and also lastly the meaning of the operand.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.